What are some of the highlights of this trip? And when you guys are like spreading apart and moving, it feels really dynamic.
Yeah, totally. To me, one of the highlights is just the people. I mean, I've been traveling the world for like the last 8 months, and there's so many destinations you can go to and so many places you can get to. And sure, you can talk about the path being the key focus in life, not the end result. But it's not even just that. It's even more so, as Selena would say, none of us are really truly independent. We're all interdependent. And it's really the people you meet and the relationships that you build in these kinds of experiences that are really the most important thing. And they really bring you the most richness. And so to have, for example, the two of you as my like constant laugh track, like all the time, is just absolutely amazing.
Constant laugh track.
Yeah.
And so this is the thing, is like, okay, beauty, glory, magnificence, all of it, and we could die at any minute, right?
Yes.
Like the threat is real. And so there's kind of this like survival instinct that comes together and deeply binds us. And that surfaced in Kathmandu. Like, we were just thrown directly into the shitstorm, and the traffic and the pollution and the jet lag, and everyone instantly was like glued. And that connection, right, that was born out of that like intense, messy, kind of traumatic experience of Kathmandu.
Right.
And so we like that's where we jumped off of and into this experience where we're like trekking in the Himalayas, and our bodies are exhausted and our stomachs are annihilated and we're all struggling with like colds and sleep issues, and it's just bringing us closer and closer and closer together. I've never laughed so hard in my life.
I know.
Ever. And it just keeps going and going and going. And then something hilarious happens, which is amazing. But the recount of all the hilarious things that have happened, that happens every night, is just like as good as, oh my God. And hearing everybody else's stories, right? And there's like, I can't remember who mentioned it, but it's like, I am so supportive. I'm such a huge fan of everyone on this trip, and
That's
so
what
anytime
I've been feeling the whole time.
Yeah, anytime
like,
something good happens for someone, or I can contribute something to someone, I can offer something to better their experience, it's just like the best feeling in the world.
Exactly. I've never been in a group where everybody's really truly like giving and supportive and vulnerable and really instantly proactively helping each other out and anticipating needs
110%.
and just being there completely for one another.
I mean, I get like a wave of excilaration sometime, or anytime that somebody needs something that I have, it's like, yes, like I can support this person. Deep, 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 profound love. And I, like traveling constantly and always in these group dynamics, and it's easy to be like pleasant and supportive and friendly, but like I am so in love with every single person on this retreat.
Yes, I agree.
And I feel like it has everything to do with this, like, the element of yoga, the element of this survival mode, the element of like being completely out of our comfort zones, right? And the vulnerability and rawness and authenticity that comes with that. Like, we are all just so all out, right?
You said it best. Yeah, I agree.
So
Tell me
good.
some of the things you guys have actually done.
Some of the things we've done.
Popcorn style, just throw them out there.
Oh my gosh, we hiked 3,421 steps in an evening.
And Pete thought it would be hilarious to tell Fred there was 40 minutes left in the journey, and Fred's response was,
This is so irresponsible.
like, legitimately pissed off. And then there was Regina walking up the
That's
stairs.
because I was worried about Regina.
Fair enough.
She was way
Regina
behind by
walking up the
herself.
stairs, drenched in sweat, just like utterly miserable, and we're all sitting up there sharing Oreos, and she's just like, can I have something? Something. Hey, do you remember yesterday when we almost got trampled by a herd of donkeys on that bridge?
That was pretty amazing.
That was like 1,000 feet above a creek. Everyone remember that?
You remember the bridge itself? Holy cow, that's amazing.
How about the first view of these incredible mountains was on Poon Hill at sunrise. No, before sunrise. We could see the starlight reflecting off the mountains and these ridges that just slowly became more refined.
And to be honest, just as beautiful to turn away from that view and see 3 women in a row all crying at the beauty, bawling at the gorgeousness of what was out there.
Sobbing.
I mean, that was just beautiful as the view to me. Like, that was
oh my
amazing.
God.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then the day kept going, right? We were on a ridge
Right.
top with amazing pictures.
Each
He
day is
had
like
a
3
photo
days.
shoot.
You know, it's just, yeah, each day is like 3 days packed into one. And that day was the same way. Like, we did the one hike up, and then we were hiking up, and we were down another one, and then we're cruising up another way, and we have a dance party with a bunch of Nepalese people.
And dance parties.
Like, huge
and
dance party,
parties.
impromptu on the spot, with 2 different people with different music coming in together, and everybody going crazy.
Yeah. And all of the dance parties have been spectacular, but the one with Pashu in the center of all of these white
Yeah.
women, and just how he was shaking it, like, oh, he's got moves, and he
Nice.
was just in his elements, surrounded by these white women. Oh, and then there was the photo shoot with you
Yes,
on the
which
trail
was truly,
that day.
Gosh,
also.
wow! I feel so blessed that you were there with me for
Oh my
that.
God.
I'm not sure it would have been even close to the same without you there. That was just so cool.
And the waterfalls and the jungles and the vines and the moss and the turquoise
flowers
water and the sunrises and the sunsets.
And the steep
Oh
mountains.
my
and-
God.
Oh wow! Yeah, I can't even imagine. And then as I mentioned before, just all of the cool little communities you're walking through. You're not just hiking out in nature in a wild place. You're wandering through all these little villages where people live year-round, high up in the mountains, and you can see them in the distance as you're hiking and walking around, and all the interesting people that you interact with when you really depend on them for food and lodging as you go.
Seriously.
It's just, you really get, I think, an amazing jump into culture that you would not normally get. And I mean, if I just went to Kathmandu and Pokhara or something like that, I would never interact with people on this level.
Oh my God.
It's just so incredible.
And we're just like led around by this VIP gangster who's connected
Totally.
everywhere. As soon as he walks in, it's like, Deepak, what would you like?
Totally.
And he
Subtly.
just like, boom.
Totally subtle, like, what do you need? And then he goes and he gets it. It's
Yeah.
like that simple.
Our fearless, humble, powerful leader,
Yes.
Deepak, and his entourage. Come on.
Definitely. We have so many amazing places we've stayed and views we've had, and oh wow, I mean, look at this.
Think about our amazing dinner last night
Well,
with the cardamom, chai, garlic.
whatever that
soggy
was.
toast.
Yes, totally. That was hilarious.
God,
But like yesterday morning, like yoga and coffee, just out on the porch. That was
Hey,
really beautiful.
Do you guys remember coming around the corner last night and hearing this like mantra off in the distance, and then
Yeah.
this beautiful village opening up? You remember that?
I remember. Oh my gosh, that was
And
so
Fred's
beautiful.
line. Let's go down there. What about this?
Pop, pop, pop.
Because there are no words.
Yes, exactly.
There's just no words. Oh my God. There's only really dramatic gestures.
God, what else was there? There've been so many things. You mentioned waterfalls, and what were we doing 2 days ago?
What's the scenery been like?
Is that a good answer? Whoa! I mean, it's just so dramatic. Super highs and lows. We're constantly hiking stairs. It's like we're just going up steep mountainsides and down the other side, up ravines, and always surrounded by green and white mountains in the distance that kind of pop in and out as you're going along the trail. And God, how many steps have we done since we started this thing? And yet there's something so exhilarating and powerful about the place. It's like the Nepali gods are really powerful, because when I wake up, I'm not sore.
I know.
And I'm ready to keep going.
It's that
and I can't
just
wait.
like excitement, anticipation pulsing through my veins. It's like my body is completely depleted, but I've gotta go on.
Yeah, and I
because
can't
I'm
wait.
so excited to see what happens next. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, around every corner, the water buffalo.
The water buffalo is really sad.
was
There
really
are unexpected things that happen that are sad too.
Also sad was my reaction to the water buffalo, because I was so excited. I just made an ass out of myself.
Well, you didn't know. I mean,
didn't know.
what does it mean to be
I didn't
prepared?
know.
You know, it's
Exactly.
like you probably thought it was a view. It's
I know. I was just so jacked.
yeah, gosh. And then just, I mean, I think about the family photo. You know, I mean, it's just not just the zaniness and the coolness of that whole crazy ensemble that our masterful photographer put together, but just the fact we're like, hot spring, whatever. We really want to be together.
Yeah.
And we really want to engage.
Oh my
on a
God, do you
different
remember
level.
our afternoon yesterday, listening to the lyrics of
Sprawled
songs
across
and
beds
just like
together, just listening to music.
cuddling and drinking coffee that was delivered to the bedroom and being soft and not moving? Oh my God.
That was a beautiful few hours.
And a moment
really,
of being clean.
and who can forget the cold showers? I mean, they've been kind of a mainstay. Occasionally you get hot showers, which is nice, but the cold ones are the ones that really stick out. And the monkeys.
And the monkeys.
And the birds.
And the
the
birds.
flowers. And the amazing dogs that have traveled with us as we've gone along. We'll always miss Fred. We had a
Fred.
dog who traveled with us for half of our backpacking trip, a mountain dog who met us on one side of the mountains and dropped us off on the
carried us
other.
through.
Carried us through all the way.
He carried us through. And so there's all of this like explosive joy and the deepest, most profound connection. Like I have had the most soul revealing conversations with these people that I met a week and a half ago, right? Like some of the connections that I've developed over the last 12 days? Not even. Yeah. 12 days are more intimate and like more revealing than I think relationships that I've been sustaining for years.
Yeah.
And I think that it is. It's like that born out of challenge and survival mode, and we're out of our comfort zones,
You
and
can't
the
control
Wi-Fi
things.
never
It's-
works, and maybe you'll be able to charge your phone, and none of your clothes are clean, and they haven't been for days.
And maybe you'll get a hot shower, but maybe
But
you won't get
chances
anything
are
at
you
all.
won't.
Yeah. And
Will there be blankets at the next place? We don't know.
and since we know
But we're
that-
together.
Yeah, and you just never know what the next day in the trail is going to
Yeah.
be. You think, oh, it's just going to be a cruise downhill, and the next thing you know, you're going up 1,000 feet and down and up. And you can
Yeah.
just never predict these things.
Yeah.
It just keeps happening. You keep
So
going with
good.
that flow.
So good.
And to be honest, I mean, the amazing experience that you would never normally get otherwise, of constantly having this amazing master photographer, videographer named Pete Longworth, who is constantly
Give me a break.
jumping in and really engaging with us and taking pictures of us the whole time, and it really opens up your heart, not just in the portraits but in the live action as you're going.
Absolutely.
You really open up a way with other people that you might not otherwise.
Exactly.
So he's adding this opening magic that's
Yeah.
really helped us all connect on a way that we might not otherwise.
Exactly.
It's-
And capturing this whole experience in this really authentic and raw way, where it's not we're standing like this and taking pictures.
Ding. Yeah.
It's the real experience. And all of these pictures that I've seen are just so fully capturing that. Like, it's the energy, it's the feel, it's the connection, it's the messiness. It's like all of it is on film, which never happens.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yeah. If only I could afford Pete just to be my entourage. Like I could just have him travel with me all the time. Like that would just be heaven on earth, you know?
It's ridiculous. That element added to everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous.
But yeah, I'm not sure that anything will ever compare to this. I don't know how. And again, like, I mean, yes, the place is raw and there's the magic of the place, but it really is the people and how they all come together. And it really says
Wow.
a lot about Selena that we would all be the ones who would come together around her. And
Exactly.
that this trip would happen that way.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with the whole, like, getting to know each other, like, so deeply and so well. I mean, God,
In 12 days.
Yeah, I mean, I took 2 yoga classes from you in Missoula, Montana, like, it seems like a lifetime ago, and yet had no idea you were a completely different person. You know, and that's amazing how little we know about each other in our public personas, and yet when you get dirty,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
unclean,
That's what,
and
like
you're
if
just
we
kinda going-
would have met in our like fabricated lives, we wouldn't even recognize each other. Like
Yeah.
would we connect? People that I think would normally not mix.
Right.
Right? Like what is it that binds us so deeply? It's the experience. It's like the whole setup is so conducive to shattering barriers.
Yeah, it shows how
That's what it
really
is.
shows all the walls we put
You
up between
can't-
each other,
you
about,
can't
like to try and
carry
protect
them.
ourselves with people that we
They
interact
will
with.
not
and-
survive 24 hours in this environment. They will not. You are shattered. You are open. You are raw. You
And
are
it's
real.
okay. It's not something to be scared about. It's something to actually
beautiful.
embrace because you're in the
Beautiful.
right situation, and you're put in the right situation in a beautiful way. And
Beautiful, messy, chaotic realness. And I've been craving it so desperately. I'm so sick of this like positioning. I'm so sick of it. And this has just been a complete liberation from that. And yes, 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 yes.
yes,
Yes to Nepal.
Yes to Nepal.
yes to Nepal.
On with another day.